Hi, it's Kristen with Usborne Books. I wanted to show you some fun storybooks. These are the ones that I think of the most when I think about sitting down with my kid on my lap and really just bonding over stories and having that fun together. This is one that's unique and fun. It's called A Squirrel's Tale. There's another one just like it called There's a Mouse in the House. It comes with, this one's the squirrel, so it comes with a squirrel. The mouse one comes with a mouse. There's slots, little cut-throughs on each page, starting with the cover, and you or your little puts the animal through the slot, and then when you turn the page, there they are, and you pull them out, you read the story, and there's some of the pages have flaps, but every page has a slot and a dotted line. You follow the dotted line to the slot. This whole story is about this poor squirrel can't find where he stored his nuts, his acorns, and so he goes through and asks all the different animals where his if they've seen his nuts. Nope, it wasn't in there. And at the very end, he almost gets eaten by a woodcutter, but he jumps through the window and he lands in a pile of leaves. And what does he find? His store of nuts. And then there's one last flap here, or slot there for him to go through, and he comes out in the back and says, let's do it again. And the cool thing is, if you lose this or it gets damaged, they have a template that you can use to make your own replacement. Or a really cool thing with Usborne Books is that we have a replacement policy. So if it's damaged or whatever, Usborne Books will replace it for 50% of what you paid for it. So I'm currently doing that with our mouse one because my son got rough with it and tore some of the pages. And so we're getting it replaced for half the price. So this one is A Squirrel's Tale. The other one is A Mouse About the House. This is a new one for me. There, I think, are 4 in the series. One of them is This Is Owl. We got This Is Frog. These are so fun. They're interactive, but there aren't any like sounds or buttons or anything. It just, using the words, your kid helps you with the story. So it says, this is Frog. Well, actually, this is Tree Frog, but his friends call him Frog. Frog lives in the rainforest. Shall we help Frog jump by shaking the book up and down? So then your kid can help you shake the book up and down. Frog, oh dear, quick, let's follow him. Use your fingers to run up the page after Frog. So there are sweet little things like that on each page where Frog is just getting into trouble and needs some help, and you do different things with the book to help Frog. And like I said, there are a couple other in the series, different animals. This is one that I feature. I love this one. It's called Beast Feast. And it's so cool because it's got real letters in here that you can read. There's a big monster, the beast, and he catches a little kid and he calls him Dinner. You are Dinner, said Beast. No, I'm not, said Dinner. Beast didn't think he should keep such a tasty dinner all to himself, so he invited all of his beastly friends to a beast feast. And so it gives you these letters that you can open up and read. They're so fun. And it goes through, they end up making a bond. But here's another one. It's just a sweet little story. That one's called Beast Feast. There are a couple others like this. My son's favorite, I didn't pull it down, I should have. It's called Santa Post. And it's obviously a Christmas story. But this little girl writes a letter to Santa. And when Santa gets it, it has like right where it says what she wanted most for Christmas, it got burned in the fireplace. And so he doesn't know what she wants, and he doesn't know what to get her. And so he asks for help, writes for help to all, like some elves, some reindeers, a polar bear, and everybody's trying to help Santa figure out this girl's what she wants for Christmas. And then there's a big surprise at the end. But here's another one in the series called Dragon Post. And this little boy, one day, I found a dragon. And he's got the dragon. I hoped it would stay. I'd always wanted a dragon, but this little dragon looked like it might set fire to the house. So I did the obvious thing. I wrote to the fire brigade. So as you go through this story, there are letters. This one has pull-out letters that you can open. Urgent. So this is a fun one. Dragon Post. I don't know about you, but my kids have always loved Garbage Day, the garbage men, when the big trucks come down. And we just got this book. Hooray, it's Garbage Day. And it's just so fun. We love reading it on Garbage Day before the garbage truck shows up. But it follows this little boy throughout the story. And he hears sounds. And there's the garbage truck. Will it stop? I think it might. Hooray, it's Garbage Day. One garbage truck that roars about, two workers give a friendly shout. So it's got some counting, it's got some rhyming, some fun words. So that one is Hooray, it's Garbage Day. This is another series that everybody loves. If you ask anybody about Usborne, they'll probably tell you Nibbles. Nibbles is the book monster. He's so funny. He likes to eat books and eat his way through stories. This one, he goes through some fairy tales. It says, this is a story about a little monster called Nibbles. You don't know it, but you let him out of the cage. Nibbles likes to nibble soap, and Nibbles nibbles socks. Nibbles chomps on rubber ducks. Nibbles loves to nibble toes, and Nibbles... Oh, I skipped this one. And Nibbles munches clacks, and Nibbles nibbles hooks. Okay, so, but Nibbles' favorite thing of all to nibble on is books. One cool thing is that Usborne also sells a Nibbles plushie, so you can get Nibbles when you get the book. So there's actual holes in the pages, cutouts. So he ate the books, and then you look for him, and oh no, he stepped in some ink, and there's little footprints all through, and it says, can you see him? And oh no, where did he go? He finds his way into Goldilocks. And so then in Goldilocks, here's the story, and Goldilocks gets frightened. Oh no, a monster. And then he nibbles his way out of there, and he finds himself in Little Red Riding Hood. And then he gets out of that one, ends up in Jack and the Beanstalk. And at the very end, we thought we got him. And quick, close it. Oh, phew. And then what you find out is, uh-oh, he got out again. And there are a couple others in this series. That one was Nibbles the Book Monster. There's also Nibbles the... Oh, I don't remember. But we have this one, the Dinosaur Guide. So if you have a dinosaur lover, this is a good one. He goes through all the pages and learns about different dinosaurs. Okay, this book, The Curious Case of the Missing Mammoth. This is a really fun book. It kind of gives me the vibes of Night at the Museum. There's this little boy that goes to the museum, or he wakes up and he hears noises. There's flaps on each page. And he looks out and he sees what looks like a woolly mammoth. And so he goes out to investigate, and sure enough, it's a woolly mammoth, and she lost her baby. And so he helps look, and they go through, and he's got some big fold-out pages. They go into the museum, and there's lots of mayhem and silliness as they look for the mammoth. And there's, like I said, there's slaps on each page, but you can learn some things in here too. As they're going through the different parts of the museum, you learn different things. This one was about flight, the Wright brothers, Concorde, all sorts of fun things. Oh, this one has knights and dragons. And then, of course, at the end, they find the missing mammoth. This is a newer one. The Prince and the Witch and the Thief and the Bears. It's a cute story that a dad and a little boy are reading together. The dad's telling the little boy a bedtime story. What kind of story shall we have tonight? Asked Dad as he tucked Jamie into bed one evening. A made-up one, said Jamie. With a prince and a bear and a witch and more bears. All right, said Dad. Why not? So the dad starts telling a story, and the boy keeps interjecting, and adding to the story, changing things. So once upon a time, there lived a valiant prince. He was a brave and noble prince, and he lived in a far-off kingdom where he... How far off? Asked Jamie. What? Asked Dad. Well, how far off was the kingdom? The kingdom, said Dad, was far, far away. So it gets silly throughout the story as the son interjects and adds different parts. And it's an exciting little story. The Prince, the Witch, and the Thief and the Bears. This one, if you have any little in your life, this is such a cute story, Cuddle Bear. And this is another one where Usborne has the plushie, the stuffed animal to go with it. Makes such a cute gift set. If you feel a little sad or lonely, lost and blue, don't worry, call for Cuddle Bear. He's always there for you. Do you need cuddles, cheer up hugs, or snuggle times to share? Then Cuddle Bear is made for you, a hug you happy bear. And it goes through different animals that are feeling sad or just need a hug. It's such a sweet story, Cuddle Bear. This one's a fun one to keep your kids engaged. It's not so much of a storybook as it is an adventure book. It kind of has a little bit of a story, but each page they have a different thing. They soon came to a field filled with birds. Find 2 birds that look the same. And so there's a different activity for each page. The birds offered help in exchange for a meal. Find a snail for each bird. So you kind of have to look carefully to see if you can find a snail. So like, there's one over there. It's got some interesting things, different kind of look and find type stuff. And then I just got 2 more for this one. The Tale of Two Beasts. This is all about perspective. The same story is told by the 2 characters, the little girl and the little squirrel. I think it's supposed to be a squirrel. But they tell the story first. It says, The Tale of Two Beasts, Part 1, The Strange Beast. I was walking home from Grandma's house through the deep dark woods when I spied a strange little beast. He was stuck up a tree and whining sadly. So I decided to rescue him. And it goes through how she takes him home and cleans him up and makes him a little house and takes him for walks and shows him off to her friends. And then one night he runs away and then she's sad, and he comes back, and they run away together. Then it comes to the next part, Tale of Two Beasts, Part 2, The Terrible Beast. So this tells it the same story, but from this little guy's point of view. I was hanging from my favorite tree, singing happily to the birds, when I was ambushed by a terrible beast. And so then it goes through all the same things, how the little girl takes him, but it says like how he felt from his perspective. It's just kind of a fun story to talk about with your kids, about different points of view, how something might seem one way to them, but think about it from someone else's point of view. So that one was called The Tale of Two Beasts. And the last one for right now is called Mind Your Manners. Little ones are learning how to follow the rules, what manners are. This is a sweet story that goes through all of the different manners, but in a sweet rhyming way. And the story starts off with just chaos, a bunch of animals. Everybody's loud and yelling. Just look at this place. It's a nightmare. All this squawking and squealing and tears. Now everyone just stop right there. All of you prick up your ears. If we want to be happy together, we need to have all of the tools. Good manners make life so much better. They're not just some silly old rules. And so each page goes through and talks about like this is mean and greedy grabbers, and this is where we, instead of snatching, we say please. Saying thank you. No need to stomp, clomp, and crash. Just tap somebody politely and say, excuse me. If something happens, saying sorry. And it goes, like I said, it goes through all the different kinds of manners that we'd like for our children to have. And at the very end, it says, see how good manners make our lives nicer. Why not brighten up everyone's day? Just look at this place. It's delightful, full of laughter and friendship and play. So that one's called Mind Your Manners. Thanks.